Hi, my lovelies, my sweet, sweet babies. Maxie's getting a little jealous. He doesn't like hearing me say babies, and I'm not looking at him when I say it. We're going to connect here and see what's coming up for July 14th. Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. July 14th may have already come and gone as this is being posted, so we're setting the intention for 24 hours from whenever you happen to see this video. Maybe you're going to see it a few weeks from now, a few months from now. So we're setting the intention for a message for 24 hours and that you see it whenever you're meant to see it. We have King of Cups. I love it. So King of Cups could be, traditionally when we're dealing with court cards, a person, specifically a water sign person. So water sign would be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer in a significant way. If you have water sign placements, there could be changes or shifts happening for you in those areas of your life. If you are a water sign person, you may really be coming into the positive attributes of that water sign energy. Now, the King of Cups can be very generous and can be very loving, very nurturing, can be also someone who is seen as well versed about social things or emotional things, someone who is emotionally mature, emotionally available, and can be seen as someone who is described as worldly in the sense of being familiar with other cultures and practices and other ways of life. And so you might be expanding yourself in this way at this time. You may be picking up these characteristics. You may be getting more understanding of the human condition and people and emotions and feelings and how different experiences shape the way people look at the world. You may be stepping into more compassionate energy, having more compassion, having more understanding of different parts of the world and different experiences and different cultures and all of that good stuff. Now, I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance, and so they see King of Cups and they immediately think husband, baby father, and that can be the case for some of you. Maybe you're stepping into husband energy, maybe you're stepping into fatherhood, maybe you're manifesting the person who's going to be your husband or the father of your child. That can be happening for some of you. However, with this King of Cups, as I was saying here, all the characteristics of the King of Cups, some of you may be meeting somebody with these characteristics or stepping into these characteristics. And the King of Cups comes up for me a lot of the times in readings when you're balancing your kindness and generosity with your backbone. Because this is the thing about the King of Cups. He is giving. He is generous. But he's also nobody's fool. And he's not going to be taken advantage of. And so some of you maybe have been very kind or very generous or very patient with people who just kind of either take and give nothing back, or people who are just flat out disrespectful. The King of Cups makes me think of a generous but firm parent. Like if the child were to go to the parent and say, please, can I borrow the car this Friday? I really want to go out with my friends, or I really want to go out on a date. And the parent says, okay, fine, but you've got a test coming up this week, so you need to get a good grade on that test. Here's a list of things that need to be done around the house, and you're going to return the car to me washed. I don't want any trash in it. You're going to put gas back in the tank. There's certain expectations. I will give you this privilege, but here are the expectations. And maybe some of you, and this happens when we're on a spiritual journey and we're trying to be a good person, sometimes in the beginning we're just so giving and we're just so open. And yes, it is true that we should give for the sake of giving, not because we want anything in return, but there are still boundaries that need to be respected. There are still requirements that need to be recognized, right? You don't want to go to the point where you're like, well, I shouldn't give because I'm expecting things from people. I should give and not expect anything in return. But meanwhile, this person's being flat out disrespectful. That's not okay. That's not something that you should put up with. And so the King of Cups comes up for me when you're learning to balance that energy. You're learning to be in the energy where you're able to be generous, but you're not being generous to a fault. You're not being generous to the point where you're being taken advantage of or to where you're being disrespected, right? That's not going to happen anymore. And so you're balancing that. And maybe you find yourself in situations where you're like, I can't seem to win. Because when I'm generous, people take advantage of me. And then when I try to protect myself and keep myself safe, people say I'm greedy. People say I'm selfish. People say I'm stingy. And so the King of Cups is you're coming into that balance. You're learning that balance of generosity, but still being respected and still having your needs met, right? Understanding that there's certain requirements here. You can't just come up to me and act any old kind of way, and I'm just going to say, oh, okay, yes, all right, thank you so much. Oh, okay, here you go, right? You're not going to be a pushover, but you're not going to be a heartless person either. And that can be a tough balance to find sometimes. But for me in my readings, when the King of Cups comes up, that's the balance we're finding. That's the balance we're coming into. Alrighty, my dears. If you haven't checked out the weekly forecasts yet, those are linked in the description of the video. The weekly forecast for this week as well as the coming week, they're all up. They're all in the playlist. If you haven't checked out the love readings for July, those are also linked in the description of the video. And if you would like to schedule private readings with me, there's a link in the description of the video that will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous day ahead. We'll see you in tomorrow's message. Take care, my darlings. Bye.